Hey everyone, welcome back. The iPhone 17 Pro is shaping up to be the biggest iPhone redesign we've seen in the last 10 years. Thanks to a new set of leaked hands-on images, we're now getting a much better look at what Apple might reveal this September when it officially announces its next flagship. Leaks have been popping up more often lately, and the latest ones come from a trusted source, Magentine Buocus. These photos show a dummy unit of the iPhone 17 Pro, and they give us a pretty good sense of what design changes Apple could be going for. Let's start with the most noticeable change, the camera bump. Or, as some are calling it, the camera shelf. Unlike previous iPhones, the iPhone 17 Pro's cameras are arranged in a large horizontal bump that stretches all the way across the upper portion of the back. The three lenses are still positioned in a layout similar to the iPhone 16 Pro, but what makes it stand out is the size and shape of the bump itself. People are reacting differently to this design. Some feel it gives the phone a fresh, futuristic vibe, while others say it looks a bit too bulky. In the leaked pictures, we can see the phone being held with just a few fingers, which is a good hint that this is likely a dummy model. Dummy units don't have any internal electronics. They're mostly hollow shells made from plastic or metal. Accessory makers use them to design their products ahead of time. Even though they don't work, they're usually very accurate in size, shape, and where the buttons are placed. That's why they give us a pretty close look at what the final product might be. Another interesting design shift is with the Apple logo. Normally, it's centered on the back of the phone. But on this dummy unit, the logo has moved lower, right underneath the new camera bump. On its own, the logo looks fine there. But if you use a MagSafe case, which usually has a magnetic ring placed in the center of the phone's back, this new logo position could end up looking a little off. It won't change how the phone works, but for people who care about symmetry and aesthetics, it might be a deal breaker. This isn't the first time Magentine Buocus has shared dummy images. He previously leaked pictures of a black version of the iPhone 17 Pro, and these new ones seem to back up that same design direction. Now, while we still don't know everything about the internal specs or hardware, rumors are starting to give us some clues. For example, there's talk that Apple could be sourcing displays from the Chinese company Bo for the iPhone 17 lineup. But reports suggest those Bo panels might only appear in the models sold in China. It looks like Apple is continuing to diversify its supply chain to help with pricing and availability, especially in different regions. As for the display itself, thinner bezels are expected across all models. This would give the phone a more modern and immersive feel. And here's some great news. Apple might finally bring the 120Hz refresh rate to the non-Pro models. If that actually happens, it would be a major upgrade for users who want smoother scrolling and better responsiveness without having to pay extra for the Pro version. Up until now, only the Pro models have featured promotion displays with 120Hz support. Another area that could see improvement is the front-facing camera. Rumor has it Apple might be working on an upgrade to the selfie camera, though details are still a bit scarce. Whether it's a higher resolution, better performance in low light, or a wider angle for group selfies, any improvement here would be a big plus, especially for people who rely on their iPhone for video calls or content creation. So overall, the iPhone 17 Pro is starting to look like much more than just a minor update. With the redesigned camera bump, relocated Apple logo, slimmer bezels, and potential upgrades to both the screen and the front camera, it's turning into a very different iPhone from what we've seen the last few years. What do you think about all these changes? Do you like the new camera layout, or are you more into the clean and minimal design of the iPhone 15 and 16 Pro? And how do you feel about the logo being moved down? Would that bother you when using a case? As always, we'll have to wait for Apple's official launch to know for sure. But if these dummy units are anything to go by, Apple is definitely making bold moves with the iPhone 17 Pro. Whether these changes will be embraced or criticized, only time will tell.